Which two elements are always found in amino acids? Of course, the answer is carbon and oxygen, because not all amino acids contain sulfur or phosphorus, but all amino acids contain carbon and oxygen. Which joins amino acids together? The correct answer is peptide bonds. And during protein synthesis, a dehydration reaction occurs between the amino group of one amino acid and the carboxyl group of another. And this covalent bond formed is specifically called a peptide bond. Which molecules are a central energy source in organisms? Of course, the answer is carbohydrates, because the primary function of carbohydrates is to provide a short-term energy source for cellular activities. Which are molecules made mostly of carbon and hydrogen that make up the fats, oils, and waxes? The answer is lipids. And remember that the four main biochemical building blocks that make up all living organisms are carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Carbohydrates provide short-term energy and structure support. Lipids provide long-term energy, and they are the building material for cell membranes and other organelles. Proteins, they are responsible for making enzymes, muscles, and so on. And nucleic acid, they store, transmit, and express genetic information. Which molecules transmit and store genetic information? Of course, nucleic acids. And we have two classes of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Which is a substance that produces hydroxyl ions when it is dissolved in water? Of course, base, because acid produces hydrogen ions. Which statement is not true about pure water? Of course, the answer is C, because the water molecule is composed of covalent bonds. A beaker contains three solids: flour, sugar, and baking soda, which describe the contents of the beaker. The correct answer is A, heterogeneous mixture, because heterogeneous mixture is a mixture where the components are not uniformly distributed throughout the mixture. Which term describes molecules that have an unequal distribution of charge? Of course, C. Polar. Because in polar molecule, the electrons are shared unevenly between the atoms. And this creates a partial positive charge on one end of the molecule and a partial negative charge on the other end.